Hey y'all, and welcome back. Well, today is a very exciting day because today marks the last chapter in our Garden Dream video series. So I want to take you guys back to the very beginning and show you where this beautiful friendship has blossomed. All right, guys, let's go. So it's the winter of 2023. And we all unknowingly submitted videos to Janie's channel, Dig Plant Water Repeat, for the Show Me Your Gardens videos.
Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden and welcome to Show Me Your Gardens Week. I just want to thank all of you who submitted photos and pictures and videos of your garden and took the time to fill out the questionnaire that I had. This is such great information. You all have such beautiful gardens and I cannot wait to show everybody what you all submitted.
This was the start of a beautiful friendship between a lot of flower friends. Gardeners from around the U.S. showed the YouTube garden world our beautiful gardens. After this video aired, I thought it would be so much fun to get all the gardeners together. What a better way than Instagram? I started a Flower Friends message board and invited all the gardeners to join. As we started chatting, we learned that some of us had more interest than just gardening, but we also had the passion to share it on YouTube. This is where our collaboration gardening YouTube group was formed. Our first collaboration video was called The Art of Gardening. With Julia, one of our flower friends, being a member, this was perfect because she is an artist and she definitely led the way on this collaboration effort. The Art of Gardening video set the framework for our next collaboration, which would be called Garden Dreams, and this was a series that we did over the past couple of months. The Garden Dreams series was the launching pad of my new cottage garden. Out of all the collaborators together, my garden was definitely the baby garden in the series. Just living in our house for 1 year, I had a blank slate to get started on with my garden dream. So my garden dream was to create a cottage garden. And as you can see, this is my cottage garden. It has been such a beautiful addition to our garden. But this cottage garden was not just a dream that I came up with on my own, but it was a source of inspiration from all of my flower friends that I've met through these YouTube video series. So my dream was to create a cottage garden, and I had an absolute blank slate to work with. It started off with just rocks and some grass and a little muddy area, and now has transformed into a beautiful cottage garden. So I've learned so much along the way about working with different colors and different textures, plants that would attract pollinators, and plants that would add height into the garden, ones that were just beautiful to look at and that were just very reliable. And then every part of nature just blesses me every day with all of the beautiful butterflies that we've brought into this garden. So as I'm learning and dreaming, I'm learning of more things that I want to add to our garden and things that maybe just don't work out so well for us. But one of the things that does work for us is this pink muhly grass. It is absolutely gorgeous in our garden, and in September, it is its time to shine. One of the things that we may not look for is just those easy landscape roses like this apricot drift. Doesn't cost a lot of money, it's super easy to care for, and it just adds beautiful blooms all summer long. With just a few seeds, these snapdragons and these zinnias have added such beautiful color and texture into our gardens and are absolutely loved by all of our pollinator friends. This little area in the cottage garden just screams fall to me with the yellow, oranges, and reds, and this vermillionaire is loved by the hummingbirds and the butterflies. So I feel as most gardeners, My cottage garden will never be complete. It'll always be evolving and changing as the seasons go. I learn the things that I like, the things that I don't like, the things that do well and the things that don't do well, and the things that the butterflies love and the ones that they don't. And this will help me as I go along to create a more beautiful cottage garden each year. It has been so much fun creating this cottage garden, and I'm so glad that I could do this series with my friends and we can experience our garden dreams together. My flower friend Kim also has the inspiration for her garden dream for a cottage garden. Her garden was always gorgeous, but you know, as gardeners, we are always wanting to change and expand. Kim was so gracious to let me come and tour her beautiful garden and glean ideas from my own space. She also took me plant shopping and showed me different plants that would flourish in our North Carolina weather. She also taught me about combining different textures to create a beautiful cottage garden. So Kim is still working on her cottage garden, and I am still learning ideas from her every day. Julia has been such an inspiration to me because she is an artist. With me not having many artistic abilities, I have learned so much about color from my cottage garden. My vision was pink, purple, white, and orange, but I learned how important it is to have colors that contrast to make the softer colors shine. As my cottage garden has grown, I am learning what colors bring me joy, happiness, and that pair well together. Julia has a beautiful garden, but she is still working in her garden, and she is going to be adding pathways and also adding more of the Japanese grasses. Deborah is the second closest flower friend to me, and living in Georgia, we just had an instant kinship together because that is my home state. One of the things I love about her garden is that she's always building and creating new garden pieces. This inspired me to ask my dad to help me build an obelisk for the Claire Austin climbing rose that my husband bought me for Valentine's Day. This obelisk has added to the cottage feel that I was dreaming for. Deborah continues to create in her garden and is working on creating a beautiful secret garden. Lynn has such a beautiful garden, and it is so unique and so different. With her love of the woodlands is such an inspiration to my next garden dream, which is a woodland garden. After having a few trees removed and vines cut back, I started to see how my woods could become a woodland garden like Lynn's. She is so knowledgeable on plants that are deer resistant and plants that love shade. She continues to create a garden woodland habitat for all the animals who live in her woods. Clear across the U.S. and California is where my friend Emily lives at. You would think that since we live so far away from each other that I couldn't glean anything from her garden, but that is so far from the truth. She struggles with lots of heat in the summer just like me. She's also inspired me to add more seating to my garden, a place where I can sit and relax and reflect on the beautiful gardens. This has been a hard lesson for me, but one that was needed. Emily still continues to work on her beautiful Zen garden despite all the difficulties that she has with the California weather. This last year has been so memorable, and one of the most memorable things is being back on Janie's channel, Dig Plant Water Repeat, on Show Me Your Gardens. And so we did an update on all of our beautiful gardens, and we shared to the YouTube world about our beautiful friendship that was made.
Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. I have such a fun treat for you all today. It's a fun treat for me to see as well. So last year in my Show Me Your Garden series, I featured a whole bunch of gardeners in all zones. Well, some of them got together, became friends, and on Instagram actually formed a gardening group, a gardening club. And they are the sweetest women, and they all have YouTube channels, and they actually all have started doing collaboration videos together, which which has been so much fun to watch. So they surprised me and sent me a video that is basically a then and now video. Then of what their gardens were like last year in my last Show Me Your Gardens, and then what their gardens are like now. So it is such a fun video. I had to share it with all of you. We're gonna start off with Betty from Simple Southern Garden. I think she's kind of the ringleader, the one that put it all together. So let's head over to Betty and we'll take a look at her garden.
Our friendship just didn't blossom over social media. I was able to visit Kim and also able to visit Deborah this year. The three of us got together and were able to go to Michigan to the 2024 Signature Garden Experience by proven winners at the 4-star greenhouses. I brought home so much inspiration for my garden and a heart filled of gratitude for the friendships made. So this may be goodbye for the Garden Dream series, but it's just the beginning for me of these beautiful friendships that were made and the future garden dreams that I have for our garden here in coastal North Carolina. Thank you so much for following along on the Garden Dream series. It has been such an inspiration to me, and I hope it's been an inspiration to you as well. I encourage you to go down to the description and check out all of the other flower friends and their Garden Dream videos. Let me know what Garden Dream speaks to you. Are you interested in creating a beautiful cottage garden like Kim and myself? Are you interested in creating a secret garden like Deborah? Or maybe you're just wanting a Zen garden like Emily? Or maybe you're just thinking about all the artful ways that you can play with colors and textures like Julia? Or maybe you want to create that woodland habitat for all the woodland species in your area, like Lynn. Let me know which one is your favorite. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys can get in your gardens today. Bye, friends.